Prepare for battle.
And after game one, Alliance were looking a little bit dismantled. I guess the question on our minds right now, podcast, is does this draft put them back together again?
Definitely looks better than the last one. I'm not 100% sold, maybe the way some of the others were, but definitely looks better. The combo Slaughter PA has looked very scary, the game I've seen.
It's definitely a spooky one, although there is some interesting ingredients that have been mixed into what should have been a perfect dish, because we are seeing the lion again, and this is hero.
That's pretty much the... I mean, there's also some kind of wonky synergy. Right? There's like a... Okay, so PA and Zeus together, it's kind of nice in the sense that get vision for your PA to targets, you know, Slaughter, you're giving Slaughter vision to find these targets, and you can understand there's line also can find these targets. It's just they're kind of lacking these bigger teamfight spells, right? The way that the VP have the chrono, they've got this kind of leash to output a lot of damage into the chrono, and they have a lot of magic damage. So I don't know. I still think VP have chances. I also right now, as things are, I feel like VP are just in a better state as a team right now.
Yeah, they seem to be on the same wavelength. They kind of hit their timings, and once they do, they move a lot quicker. And even if you're not a Dota expert, you can just take a look at the leaderboards right now, just see the comparisons day and night, right? With Alliance kind of scraping at the bottom of the barrel, and then VP creme de la creme.
Yeah, and it also seems that VP, their drafts and they're kind of, just seems like they're in a good state right now. Not going for the stun level one in. That lightning, so just trading kind of farm with the Zeus. Has a fairly bit of more base damage.
Yeah, he's definitely a muscly god these days. It makes sense, right? When Disco Pony starts with pretty abysmal stats, even when you pad it up in terms of right clicking.
Yeah, I feel like if he had some really out of this world bonkers.
As if it's not already out of this world bonkers.
I mean, his low base damage.
That's his one balance point. Oh, his first 2 or 3 levels suck. But don't worry, guys. You get 3.5 in per level. Thumbs up.
I mean, okay, put it like this. Imagine Shadow Fiend starting with an additional 10 damage. How broken would that be?
That is true. But then again, a Leshrac doesn't have like a built-in element that scales your physical damage even further, right?
Yeah, but he's also not a physical carry. Anywho,
you say that.
Really, that is not really why.
Hey, I'm sure there's some 1K Dota games going on right now where right-click Leshrac is a thing, my friend.
I think I've actually, I think in the past, I think I have played. I feel like I seem to recall a Desolator being built on this hero at some point. I can't say when, how long ago it was, but I feel like it definitely has happened.
I feel like when you've been in Dota for enough years, you've almost seen every single hero built as a carry at some point.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. After, you know, the amount of time you've seen most things.
You sit down at the bar, you just start sipping. I've seen some things. Techies, POS 1, I'll tell you guys.
Tell your friends at the bar.
You new generation don't understand. In my days, people didn't have boundaries on what was a POS 1. Back in the old days, Gyrocopter was your 5 and IO was your 1.
I think that sounds more new.
That's true, actually.
Old school, if anything.
In this game, right, if there was anyone that was going to be the old gen, it would be the Omni Knight in a POS 1 role.
Yeah, that would be out of it. Yeah, I mean, the draft, so the thing about Alliance's draft that I don't really like is, like I mentioned, there's sort of a lack of team fight, but there's also like, there's no real big beefy dude that wants to go in, right? There's, your Slaughter wants to go in and stun, but the Slaughter is not really a tank, right? Slaughter is a guy who jumps in, and then he runs out again and amps a new target, stuns a new guy. VP, they have a bunch of guys who want to be in the mix, you know. They have this Axe, he wants to go duke it out. They've got the Void, who eventually he's gonna be like, you know, I can get into this Leshrac, you know, get me in, tag me in, bro. So we got a couple of these fighters, and it's sort of that combined with sort of the lack of team fight makes question it just a little bit, but still, like, you know, you can never discount the
power of Slaughter.
The Slaughter PA, okay? It's just, it's there.
Especially when it's backed up by a save. I like that you brought that up, because you kind of started to hover onto it a bit at the beginning, is that when you're talking about the way the PA wants to play, I guess when you've only got one front line like this, if you start to fall apart and you need to retreat, how does a PA usually retreat? She jumps to an ally. What if you're jumping towards Zeus and VP are running at you? Then Limp is going to go down every fight, right? Like, it doesn't feel like they have this in-out aspect of them.
We had this some other game. I feel like we've had this exact same conversation.
We've seen it a few times. It is that type of hero, right? Like, oh, speaking of which, that type of hero that's able to secure a kill in the bot lane as they do find a kill in the save.
Yeah, this might go down.
Oh no, S4!
A little bit far, S4. my friend.
I mean, he doesn't die
you
for
got yourself into
a TP back.
I actually think that if he had bashed him first there, then went with the stun, or if Hans gonna hit the stun, I think that
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bit nitpick. Not focus too much on it. Limp definitely off to a very good start here.
It's one of those dream scenarios of Zeus, right? You're 5 minutes in, you just got your ult. You're like, wait, first blood still hasn't happened. Worth. Sticks his hands up in the air and yoinks an easy kill on the safe. That's going to put him ahead of the Shrek a bit. We'll see if he can do anything with it.
In the air, like there. Throw out the old Zeus.
He only does one hand though, right? He's up for that coin.
Does he?
I think he does one hand.
But what about when he does the Thunder God's Wrath?
There you go. Oh well, the Thunder God's Wrath is, yeah, that's both.
It's like 2, right?
That's 2. He's a bigger fan of Mario. I don't know how we've not been sued by Nintendo for this yet. Like, with all the lawsuit threats going on, right? How have we got away with this whole time? He's fine. He's got his strengths.
1-1-1 build on fine here. Yeah, and this hero is, you know, we don't really see it that often. Not strongest laner. So I feel like Void should have a pretty good lane here, because otherwise, in general, when we see this Slaughter versus Void matchup, I do look quite good for Slaughter most of the time, but backed up by this Lion, which is not always that much of a backup that you can rely on, then your laning becomes a little bit...
Yeah, it can be very easy to get trapped in with the kinetic fields, just get poked and prodded at. It's kind of like, if you don't instantly force VP away, they can just turn around and make the trade favorable for them. Like that's kind of the downside.
The Void is gonna port. It's
hello.
You know, mile away. Has got everything under control. When you even though he's got the Lion on the side, S4, he's still up network on the Void. FPK just gonna. Oh. Tower.
I'm just gonna highlight the most important point here. That is a rotation for Face Void. Yes, that's the Faceless Void without boots, though. This is the slowest rotation we're probably going to have seen all day. And now S4 is here to counter it. So if you're not careful, you could be the one feeding over a kill. I'll be able to lose the tower. Oh, there's going to be a lot of counter initiation. They are. Epic Kid. He's got the Time Walk. He needs to get it off quickly. Yeah, could go for the Chrono instead. Turns around after Time Walking. Nico Baby hunting on the save. Thunder God's Wrath is going to bring him down. The Chrono is committed on Nico Baby. But where's your damage? What's the plan? The plan is there. The plan is definitely look like he'll get away, but barely.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. That definitely felt awkward, to say the least.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a hard place for the Void. The top lane is not amazing. I feel like you still just stick around in that area though, but you know, he'd already made the rotation, and at that point it's like, you know, I can just throw out the Chrono, see what happens.
It felt like they had confidence in the move until Thunder God's Wrath was pressed, right? And that's when you saw them all just check their health bars and all of a sudden just want out of there quickly.
Yeah, and I also feel like one thing is, I feel like this hero, the Zeus, I feel like this fits Bad Rider. he gets to play this sort of heavy damage hero where he can position himself quite well and play the outskirts of the fight.
He can destroy multiple opponents. They might actually have their teammates destroyed though. Nico Baby being brought low. They will get rid of FNG. Nico Baby goes in with the Hex coming out on the track. Can they do this? The Dunk's going to be there. They get hands. They will finally be able to get vengeance on the Disco Pony. DM will go for the TP away.
This is where I really disagree with the idea of just going for these maxed out static field. Like, I get the idea, you know, you're going to deal a lot more damage, but I just feel like the value of being able to cancel a port, just scouting out wards, I think it's too valuable to pass up on and just a 2% increment on the health reduction.
Just 1 point, right? Like 1 point of line.
Just 1 point of value. It seems pass up on. You know how it is with these meta kids. They
efficiency.
One guy does it and then they're like, nah, you have to do this. Animus.
Those top secret discords where they call each other out for deviating from the build. Everyone looks, they go, oh, no, you can't build Shadow Ram on that hero. Look, the Chappie's doing it, that's bad.
Brian to pick up.
And he's going for Yules in this game, so we're not seeing this super greedy. I'm kind of glad of this. I was curious if he was going to try for the boots of travel rush that we've seen a lot of Zeus's. But maybe after
I wouldn't be surprised if he back into Hags or the travel, but at least this way he has a way of dealing with time dilation. He's got a way to deal with the Axe, potentially the Leshrac. It's just there's a lot of value to this.
He's under attack.
Of course, the move speed is quite beneficial. Royal Jelly gonna be very nice for Nico Baby, just going for the straight up Deso after the Mask Match. Allowing to fight very early.
Yeah, like the Zeus is bringing you damage, but you need to actually be able to friend in the fights. We already mentioned before, if you look at VP's heroes, they will have ways of reaching limb. So if you don't out damage VP, they're just gonna tear this god apart.
Yeah, DM though gonna be pretty much like the big factor here. VP for a while. Epic gonna have some sort of quiet recovery time where you won't see all that much from him early on. You know, trying just to get to his feds and just keep on farming. Okay, top though.
They're going for it. S4 is being brought low. He will get the stun out, but they stun him in response. They do kill him off. GA being used. GP gave fingers on him. They're trying to sustain. IO tries, but it is to no avail. They do not have the sustain to get through the damage from Zeus. So it will be for 1-for-1 exchange with the Chrono and reload committed.
Yeah, I think you're quite happy. Lions. Chrono was committed, relocate was committed, you know there are no plays to be made right now. The Axe is about to pick up his Blink Dagger. He's about to start getting a bit more active. You know, you wasted these 2 big cooldowns, the result, kind of whatever you got there mid laner, right? S4 is still very close to
bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, no, that's going to be the big thing. Offlane is on both sides. That's going to set up the fight, whoever jumps first. Because if you do find Limp at the start of these fights, you get rid of him to begin it. There is a concern about whether Alliance have the damage to really kill off these heroes.
That's pretty much always the case with this Zeus hero. It's like I feel like it's just a better version of sort of Tink. You know, they play these similar roles where you have a tremendous amount of damage output. That's what ever get caught. You cause your team a lot of grief.
Yeah, you're a lot more active. That was an ambitious attempt onto S4. Maybe just trying to get rid of him before he'd have his blink. The problem is, he has got the gold for it and it is on the way out. So, you might see a counterplay coming out from this Lardar to get vengeance on DMs.
I'd be in trouble here.
Uh-oh. I think Ilias is the one in trouble, though. They're going to initiate in. Damage coming out. Limp has arrived. Ilias is going to be brought down, and GPK caught out as well. Io needs to save him. We'll get him out with the reload. The Hunt for look for Axe. They won't be able to find it. They'll just have to settle for kill on both of VP supports, which... VP, for how deep they went, they'll be grateful that's all they lose.
Yeah, and he, like... Someone please, my nickname me.
I'm like, no bro, that's all you.
Nah bro, you're good.
Thumbs up.
You're just gonna respawn quickly anyways. It's okay.
And you know that move does look a little bit desperate, but you can understand it from VP's perspective. You don't want to go into that hyper late game with things being even in terms of net worth against the Zeus PA and the Slardar. Like, you need to try and find these kind of advantageous plays as soon as the blink is up on this axe.
Yeah, with that said, game it's pretty tough to call, honestly. Going later, you have Chrome here, which is obviously very axe. We're also gonna have that all of VP's here scale quite well. Same goes for Alliance, except they do have a bit harder time.
Uh-oh, he's gone. Full combo. Ilias baits himself in as well. They get the static storm down. DM trying to do what he can, at least get a dunk kill. But he's gonna die for it. Yule's gonna be there. When he comes down, there's way too much damage coming his way.
Very nice play by Lion.
Something in your eye?
Feeling the hate. Kill a lot easy.
Yeah, I mean, are fortified.
It's just a completely different alliance sort of this game. They have heroes that are able to play the game. They can move on the map, they can make it happen, they can...
It's the confidence, right? The confidence with which they're doing it as well, right? They're not hesitating. Any play, they go straight forward. And that was kind of my concern, right? Is if you do go late, like you said, you could see it going either way. But the thing that Alliance should have continuously through this game is the ability to almost instantly burst most of these targets from 100 to 0.
Dire are
have the Deso on top of this Mask Madness, so not open up Roche. They're gonna die incredibly fast. Radar and go for it. I'm not entirely sure about this because the Chroma is now ready. You don't have Zeus also. I do feel like this is a bit scary.
Jay's making up to
saw Void. They did see Epi kill bottom. Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna get the Deso, so this...
Oh, they're smoking and looking the wrong way. I mean, this is the thing as well. Not only do you see Epi, you see that he doesn't have a TP in his inventory. So there's no way they can contest this. Alliance is just going to get a freebie and a smoke even wasted by the side of VIRTUS Pro.
Yeah, giving away a bit too much intel perhaps there on Epi by not having a port there.
They'll be kicking himself about that one. Now, PA at this stage, Hammer and Aegis heading towards that Bastion next year. You already have the means to burst through these heroes, and now boosted travel.
You're porting into a very dangerous area of the map. They're just gonna sort of retreat there, but it's a very scary port, I think, to make. Going into 5 heroes there.
It looks like VP is still moving in this area because they've got a lot of vision around here, so they know that there are some heroes here. I'm not sure if they realize how many are arriving. Looks like they have to back up. It's just still a case of Epikid not ready to fight. Really just needs to get to that next item first. How do I say that, Ilias?
You want to get the PA. You get him to level 12 or what?
That's pain. That's pure pain right there. They'll lose the ward instantly as well. It looked like he maybe had an incline of where they were. They want to make some sort of play with the axe, but instantly put down.
Alliance in a very... So, going for that Basher, I'm curious if maybe just going still for the BK would be a... It's definitely a safer choice, but it's also, you are, you know, that Aegis, it can inspire overconfidence. It has happened.
Structures are fortified.
Damage at this point, and for the next sort of 10-15 minutes at least, is be almost strictly magical, and also kind of coming out from the axe with the blade mail, and BKB sort of prevents that. What the Basher does, it lets you potentially solo kill the Void if he madness, but other than that, you know, you don't really want to be alone all that much anyway. It can go either way, you know, with the mid time you get this Aegis, he might just switch.
See how he feels. Overconfidence, it can be a slow killer here, but the only thing that's dying right now is VIRTUS Pro heroes. They're going to hunt for looking for GPK next. Hex going to be thrown out in the meantime on Ilias to control him up, so he cannot give any control systems. DM in with a call onto 2. GPK barely alive here. Glimpse to get one away. Will get rid of Nico, baby, though. GPK has survived. They might reinitiate, though. They're moving in. Star's going to be there. Onto 2. Jump across. GPK down to half HP. DM with a call. The turn around the glyph active as well. The dunk gets one. They might get a second. They are going to lose at GPK, though. And Nico, baby, he thinks about re-engaging. DM is just done, though. dead and gone. And look at the health pool of Alliance's heroes right now, min-maxing everything from damage to health.
Yeah, you sort of wish the IO die at the start. Yeah, he did die at the start there. And was without, I don't know, maybe you buy back there on the IO, you port your Void, you bring him into the fight. I feel like VP had a lot of ways of doing that. I think sort of a FNG, he walks into the call without using any else, which almost causes all of the Lions to die there. At the end of the, you know, they managed to get out with everything scot-free. Pretty big stack now for...
You got a question, like when do VP look to go? I know you're playing around this issue of the Aegis, right? But like I said, if you have a way of getting Epic Kid in there, if you have a way of actually bringing 5 to that fight, like you saw how low those heroes were, you would have got a huge cash injection as VIRTUS Pro out of that fight, with maybe just 1 buyback as the cost.
Yeah, you really want to bring Epic. Oh, this is not the BKB. You have to worry still about the physical damage, of course, but
being Epic Kid, that's the wrong hero to counter.
Kind of good to go.
They know where everyone is. They just use the Thunder God's Wrath. Nico Baby, he wants to hunt. DM's going to go in with the Blade Mail activated on the Nico Baby. No crits coming out. The stun from S4 though. Connection's good. At least he gets the ult down just before getting crit down by Nico Baby. And they're hunting for more. Hanskin doesn't have the range to actually catch them here, so they'll have to settle for the kill on Ilias.
Time.
Combo of plus chance and assassin.
It's a doozy.
For a reason.
Especially when you're a Polo Disrupt. I mean, you see what his focus is. Glimmer Cape, Ghost Scepter. He just needs a way to try and be elusive in this game. But, I mean, even when you get those two, there's such a good split of damage from Alliance. You never truly feel safe as Ilias on that Disruptor in this game.
No, and I feel like, you know, I really like the way that they...
Oh, geez. They'll get him out. You mentioned Limp, he's arriving again. He's got the haste ring as well. He's scouting out in case there's any heroes here to save. Poor little save. But it's going to be the same as before. He comes in, and he will be smashed to pieces.
Yeah, both Limp and Nico Baby this game, you know, their kill participation, it is going to be... Their kill participation has been very high this game. I like the kind of itemized by Limp here. Going for these... game, the mobility makes a lot more sense, but still it's something.
Yeah, it's more that ability to now just keep hunting for more, right? Which sometimes can be a bit hard when there's Disruptor in the equation, but you just see it. If Alliance get an advantage, they keep running constantly towards VP. So VP is crucial that when you start these fights, you're the ones that immediately take the lead. And with this smoke, we'll see if they can do that. Phantom Assassin, or rather the Phantom Assassin save is gone again. Jump in, the call's going to come out of the Blade Mail. Thunder God's Wrath almost going to go down. Epic with the BKB, the Chrono, they do use the GA to protect, but fast damage and magical damage is too much. They get the kill on the Nico Baby. A lot of gold in the hands of Epic Kid. Stun control, turn around, looking for the kill to GPK. S4 is going to stand his ground, but the call is there. Doom, well, the DM rather, finds the kill on FNG. Boy, not really a great target. The time dilation comes out. The double kill, TM with the double dunk. S4 forced to walk away, but without his sliver mode, I'm not sure if he's quick enough to move away without Guardian Sprint. Epic Kid decides it's a bigger target though. They found Limp, they found the Zeus finally. They'll jump on top of him. S4 trying to save him, will not even be able to get the kill at TM. With the arrival of save, they'll keep Axe nice and healthy as they will wipe the forces of Alliance.
Finally making use of that Chronosphere. FNG was a bit too far away from Nico Baby, or Nico Baby was a bit too far away from FNG, whichever way you want to swing it. Can't really save the PA there. The Aegis was reclaimed, and yeah, you have a bit of HP, some raw HP from the Vanguard, but you know, this is the position where you would feel very, very good if you had a BKB now, that you're dealing with this Blade Mail on the Axe. You don't have an Aegis, there's all the coming out of VP.
Yeah, but now he's in for a penny, in for a pound, right? You have to complete the Abyssal, which means you're still going to be vulnerable. And I don't necessarily blame FNG for the way that goes down, right? As a POS 5 Omni Knight, if you get too close to the front line, you're going to be picked off instantly. And while GA has a great range on it, when you actually check what Heavenly Grace and Purification's cast range is, it's pretty pitiful. You have to be so close to the target to save them.
Yeah, sort of a bit of miscommunication, or perhaps Nico Baby just being a bit too eager to get in on the action.
Okay, looks like they won't find Nico Baby. It looks like he might sneak up for that creep wave. We've seen plenty of times where, with that blur, a Phantom Assassin is tempted to take the more dangerous farm, but dodges a bullet there as VP were rapping.
Yeah, Alliance still with a decent...
It's a fragile lead, though, and it will continue to be that way, considering Nico Baby. He doesn't think BKB's the way. He just wants to bulk up. He is going towards the Skadi now that the Abyssal's complete.
I like the cheeky S4 just sticking around on there and then giving the amp to IO right before you back. Yeah, no, but this Abyssal is going to be very useful.
Oh, no, and it pays off! Straight away, both supports on VP down. GPK also dead. DM in trouble. The Playmail's running out. The damage is nowhere near enough. 4 dead on the side of VP. And without a chrono available, it only just came off cooldown. There was no way they were willing to fight.
Dire's middle
I guess S4 wasn't just being cheeky with the haze there.
Dire's structures.
No, not. I mean, that's where the Abyssal, of course, it feels nice. I think you get that kill with Abyssal or no Abyssal, but the secondary kill, you're very nice to get. And Alliance, when they get to be the ones jumping, when they are the ones initiating, and DM is not there ready. Difference there being that the Limp had this Thunder God's Wrath canceling the X Blink Dagger. He can't really jump on the PA. He gets backed up by his Omni Knight. He kills him. Now this is going to be in how many seconds?
Okay, so it's about 11 seconds or 12 seconds. Like, that is the trip. There you go, and the FPK Chrono gets it just in time. BKB, he's looking to take away the Aegis and cheese, and he won't get in time. But does he know he gets back straight away? Aegis picked up by Save. He at least gets his hands on it. GA used as well stun control to try and keep them away. GPK chasing out, zoning Alliance away. FNG will be controlled up by the call, but they've got rid of GPK. Ilia's gone as well. Save has lost the Aegis. He needs it out. Will he find it though? It doesn't look like there's any VP heroes left to help him. He's also going to fall. They at least ensure the Aegis is not in the hands of Alliance, but the lack of bashes mean it is not in the hands of FB Kid either.
Yeah, and the S4 there, quite cheeky. He goes in, he snatches the cheese in that fight, like already concerned about his carry safety. So he runs over to Nico Baby, communicating, you know, here, take the cheese, giving away the cheese, and
is under attack.
Yeah, Nico Baby now. I mean, with the Abyssal, when you have this cheese in your, it's gonna be so hard killing this guy.
Oh, not so hard killing. Epic Kid is gone. I mean, for a lion kill, you're tangling your life for a measly lion kill. But Hanskin right now feels like a king.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, and this is you know, I feel like this is the one game where Linus actually looked pretty good. Now, you know, he's sort of backed up by one of the nastiest combos out there right now. I'd say.
Oh damn!
Baby keeps going in.
Oh, they get rid of him, but there's a second line of initiation. S4 finishes off what Nico Baby starts. Gonna be at least one lane. I mean, well, it's gonna only be one lane.
You can buy back here, but what's the point? There's a cheese on the PA. No Chronosphere from Void. Even if he would have buyback, which he doesn't, it's gonna be a side.
Well, they can't get more because you can actually see, like in terms of creep waves, it's not in a good position. So Alliance not really tier 4 pushing territory just yet, but they're getting close.
Top though. Hunkin's already made the rotation.
Stun on the 2. He has. Jump in's going to be there from S4. The fault stuns are good. Save trying to sustain. GPK is good enough, but who's going to help Save? He has to actually help out the Shrek, and the answer to who's going to help Save is once again nobody. No one is coming to help you, buddy. See ya.
The Nimbus was just a tiny bit slow there on trying to cancel from the IO there. Not the easiest.
Well, they dodged losing the big hero. GPK still alive. Crucial as well, getting very close to that Bloodstone. Be a horrific point in the game to die. I say that it's feeling horrific for him right now. You can see how he's starting to fall behind. And we see what happens when the Shreks aren't ahead in the net worth, right? They don't feel like a hard target at all in these games. That's definitely the case in this one.
He gets, of course, Paladin Sword.
Oh, yeah.
further amplifying that healing. Gonna be so hard to kill this. When he gets Scotty with this cheese, with the Paladin sword,
Dire's
I don't really understand. I don't really know how VP are gonna be able to kill this guy.
Where there's a will, there's a way, part. And you know, keep this in mind. Epi Kid, he's got the crucial item coming out. He has got the MKB on the way. So they connect to Chrono, and FNG's a little bit too far across in the wrong neighborhood. They could very easily take these
Dire's
fights.
bottom tower is under attack.
Ideally, though, the way you want to kill this PA is by trying to kill his team first, which is scary enough, because then you're gonna have to deal with the PA dealing damage to you in the super.
Well, what if you found Limp first?
No, exactly. That is definitely the ideal target.
No.
Are coming in.
They might find Limp first, because he's the one behind. They're looking for the backstab. They know there's people around here. Final goes rough being pumped. He's going to hold on to the call. He's going to come out. They found Limp. They might not even need the Chrono. It's going to be a jump. There's no control. No, they want this. Epic Kid is down. The GA comes out. Limp is still alive. The M is going to fall as well. The buyback's going to come out from Limp as he finally goes down. But value had, as they're going to get the stun control out onto the track. Burst room as well. VP's buybacks will feel useless as they're going to lose more heroes. Ilias falls as well. GG gets called. We are going to get a game 3.
Yeah, sort of a very, very stompy back and forth. I mean, very stompy games now. I'm quite impressed. Alliance, they really bounced back in a nice way in this one. You know, I feel like Lacoste continues to correct with this idea there of the Slardar PA being a winning concept. Yeah, I mean, Limp looked really good on the Super.
You